Well, that sucked. 8-1 lost to the Atlanta Braves. Wow, unbelievable. 3 hits for the Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton and Jahmai Jones were representing pretty much all the offense for the Yankees. Carlos Rodon got pounded. He did. I don't know if you saw him, but he burst into tears. And Chris Sale was money for the Braves. So, and they lost the first game to the Braves, which sucks. They've lost 3 out of the last 4. So, yeah. We know, Chet. We know that they need to upgrade the bullpen. And they made a surprising bullpen move today, actually. They DFA'd Victor Gonzalez, if for those you haven't heard. He's got 2 years of control left before free agency. Okay? They DFA'd Victor Gonzalez. They also brought up Andres Gomez, who was in the game today. Additionally, they also signed Phil Bickford, 28-year-old right-handed pitcher. So, with a career 4.43 ERA, 11-8 record in 179 games, 204 Ks, and 180 innings pitched. So, fresh arms for the bullpen. So, but the surprise, I was surprised that they DFA'd Victor Gonzalez, but it shows me at least that the Yankees are going to be pretty active in the bullpen market. So, and maybe they're waiting for the prices to come down for some of these relievers, which are probably crazy high. So, we will see. But this is a Yoendris Gomez was pretty good today. Let me pause. I mean, Carlos Rodon was clearly not. Okay, he threw 3 2/3, 11 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned. Yoendris Gomez, 4 2/3 of 3 hits, shutout ball, 5 strikeouts. And then Phil Bickford came in and threw 2/3. So with 1 K and 7 pitches. So we'll see what happens here. Carlos Rodon looks like he needed to be humble too. And he needs to come back again next game and be better. Just like, we need what do you call it? Luis Hill to be back and better the next time too. So, but this is the first bit of a real adversity that the Yankees have faced this season. So, and again, it's not losing 20 out of 25. So let's not, fall into the Yankees are collapsing talking point. This is a bit of adversity. And how well they rebound for it, we'll see. We'll see. But nevertheless, tonight sucked. So can't deny that. You know what I mean? And this isn't a Boone problem. Carlos Rodon sucked tonight. That's not Boone. Boone wasn't on the mound. Okay? I don't understand why people feel the need to blame Boone for everything. But some people do. Some people do. It's just crazy. But it is what it is. Right? Shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to Texas Buckeye, Jack, Wink, Wolf Rock, and Jonathan's in the house. Daniel Berry, Brian, Sergeant Zilla. What's happening? No, it's not looking like the collapse of last year. The Yankees lost 20 out of 25 last year. This is 3 out of 4. And they're 24 games over 500. So this looks in no way like the collapse of last year. But people like to let people think it is. Because those are the talking points we hear from other channels too. David A, Rob, 10 Yanks for life. Michael Marsh, what's happening? You know? No, we won't be 6 behind the Orioles in a week. Wolf Rocking. But yeah, David A, you're right. Bad pitching today. Bad starting pitching. Which, I mean, this is one reason why I'm putting out more videos because we keep hearing more proposals from people. Like today, they were talking about Jack Flaherty from the Tigers and Garrett Crochet from the White Sox. So I think they're going to continue to be linked to more pitchers until they actually make a move. Now, whether they decide to go with another starting pitcher, we don't know yet. And if they do, then obviously that means Rodon or Hill, or maybe Hill's going to go to the bullpen, and Nestor Cortez might get traded for all we know. So we'll see. I'm really curious to see what the Yankees do in that regard. No. Yankees are interested in first baseman Garrett Cooper. Mainly trade rumors, really? Let's see. Garrett Cooper. Didn't the Yankees have him before? Well, I guess as a backup first baseman. We got a Dodgers send Max Muncy to the 60-day IL. Yankees interested in Garrett Cooper. Yeah, Bleacher. You're showing interest in free agent Garrett Cooper. So, reports Robert Murray. Thank you for the intel. Reports Robert Murray from Fanside. He hit the Oakland market a week ago after being released by the Red Sox. Oh. Hoover had a solid 270 batting average, 341 on base percentage, 432 slugging across 12 games for Chicago. Yet the Cubs DFA'd him in April. Wow, stats were pretty solid. And you got rid of him. Yep. But then he got picked up by Boston, and he kind of slumped. So that could have been two. That could have been two. So he is a former Yankee. Yep. New York acquired him from the Brewers back in 2017 when he was still in AAA. The Yankees called him up for 13 games late in the year before trading him the following season. They sent Cooper and Caleb Smith to the Dolphins from Michael King. He was part of the Michael King trade, a move that worked out fairly well for both teams, but eventually turned out more clearly in New York's favor. Well, look at that. Look at that. Got a connection here. Got a connection here. So, Garrett Cooper's available. No kidding, Texas, right? Garrett Cole's return has taken the mental edge off the team, thinking he's he and I said this too, like he would have been a boost to the bullpen. Excuse me, the rotation. The rotation wasn't falling apart. They didn't need an answer. They needed a compliment, which he did. Now it's good to see, like, can these other guys stay focused and compliment, or just say, well, Garrett Cole's back, we can kind of sit back and because that's not the type. That's not what we need. That's really not what we need. No. Yeah. The Dolphins. Did I say the Dolphins? Did I say the Dolphins? Whoopsies. My apologies. Soto. Yeah, Soto's been low, so Judge too. Well, today at least. I know, we'll see, Greg. He had his velocity was there yesterday, but he couldn't locate the Marlins. Okay. Hill and Rodon kept their pitches up and they got hit. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So we need them to be better. We need them to rebound. You know? Marlins, excuse me, not the Dolphins. Astros pitcher was DFA'd and his ERA was 135. What the freak? Who was that? My God. Let's see. Astros designate Blair Henley for assignment to me. Is that anything you talk about, Blair Henley? Oh, there you go. Blair Henley. Yep, there it is. Nah, not falling apart, Tyler. People keep saying falling apart. It's way too premature for that. Way too premature for the falling apart. We keep getting these other channels like peddle this crap. They're not falling. They lost 3 out of 4. That's not falling apart. Yeah. I'm looking at some comments here. Stros were up 6-3 over the O's. I saw that, so the Orioles are probably going to lose. Yep. Again, who knows if they're going to? They might consider a 6-man rotation, Matthew. We don't know. We really don't know. Yeah, again, I was surprised that they losing is contagious too, but doesn't mean they're falling apart. Yeah, I'm not sure Soto's trying to do that. I'm not sure. We don't. We definitely don't need him to, Buckeye. Well, that's you get the yeah. I mean, so like when Coconuts, you mean with regards to Hill, he's already surpassed innings. Like yeah. It's just that's the thing, which is one reason why they're being linked to so many other pitchers. It's a good thing that JT Brubaker and Scotty Frost started their rehab assignments yesterday, so maybe we'll have some more reinforcements coming soon that they could utilize. So they say this all the time, like their weaknesses have been exposed, and we're we're hearing it from a couple of channels who peddle nonstop nonsense. No, only four NL teams have winning records. Wow, is that true? Damn. Look at that. JT Brubaker went 3 innings and one strikeout in his first rehab. Not too bad. I'll take it. The Astros are up 7-3 in the Orioles now. Even better than even better. Yeah. You're right, Texas. Every team has got weaknesses. Yeah. DF New Zealand. Shout out to New Zealand, baby. What's good? Other side of the world. One of the most beautiful places ever. I'd love to go to New Zealand. My gosh. Yeah, stay positive. No doubt about it, DF. Thank you for bringing the positive energy up in here, man. It's always good. It's always welcome. A lot of folks get very down when the Yankees aren't winning. So, and again, it's a long season. It's important to keep that perspective. So, and same here, Sean. I will never quit in this team either. Now it's 8-3 over the Astros. I'll take. You know what? Yo, and a B, baby. That's good, brother. Yeah. Well, same here, Merc. The last two games have been hard to watch. No doubt about it. There's no denying that. Right? They've been ugly. Stephen B's in the house. They've been ugly, but this is bound to happen. I mean, it's going to happen to all the good teams. Happens to the Dodgers. Happens to the Phillies. Happens to them all. So you know, and yeah, well, yeah. I mean, potentially have the arms to have to. They do have some of the arms that they could eventually. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Clayton Beater gets called up at some point real soon, right? And they got that guy Phil Bickford today to sign him as a free agent. So no doubt they've been always good vibes, man. Always good vibes, even in a shitty night like tonight. The Yankees played terrible yesterday, terrible today, but you know, Dev, the Devastator, is here, and this is a great point too, Lorenzo. Yeah, the other Yankees championship teams had slumps too. Yes, they did. 98, 2009, they all had slumps. 2000, 99, all of them had slumps. There were one time or another, folks are worried, oh, they're not going to make it. They're just going to fall apart. And this argument's been here for decades with the Yankees, falling apart, falling apart, falling apart, and all of a sudden, that's not to say the Yankees don't have holes. Now we're going to see if Cashman and Hal address them because they gave up a lot to get a guy like Juan Soto here. And if you're going to go, and I was talking to NFE about this earlier, if you're going to go fortify the team, you try to go big if you can. Forget incremental at this point, right? We're feeling all right. I mean, well, not all of us are feeling all right. NFE, it's an ugly day. I'm shaking it off, moving it on. Tomorrow's another day. I'm looking to see if there's any more roster moves from the Yankees. I was surprised that they DFA'd Victor Gonzalez. I thought they would DFA like Caleb Ferguson or Ron Marinaccio. I mean, the option Ron Marinaccio, but like Victor Gonzalez has 2 more years of control after this year. I was surprised. That's a surprising move to me. It really is. So, Beater's on the IL now again. Oh, great. Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, the Phillies got knocked down. Yeah. See the Phillies. I mean, the Yankees and the Phillies were the two top teams in baseball. They're both kind of like sunken. They're both kind of slumping at the same time. Bullpen is gas to a degree, and that's why they bring in more fresh arms, Lorenzo, like Lorenzo Gomez and Bickford and some of these other guys. And don't be surprised if more guys come over the next couple days. More, but they trade or they call up somebody or something. Don't be surprised at all. But I mean, once Beater's off the IL, I think he's going to get called up. So I don't feel that way, Rolf. Wolf. I mean, different game than it was 15 years ago. That 2009 team, would they win World Series this year? I don't know. I don't know. Dev, thank you as always, brother. Dev the Devastator. Appreciate you, bro. DJ LeMay, was not a DFA candidate. I highly doubt that. Marcel, I highly doubt that. I think Oswaldo could be a trade candidate. Fact of the matter is, at this point, the easiest way to probably get an upgrade in the infield is to probably package somebody like Nestor Cortez in with Oswaldo Cabrera or Jose Trevino to get an infielder. Something, someone that's going to make a difference. That's what I really think. It could be time for a captain meeting, Buckeye. It could be. Sounds like some of the captains need to sit down. The O's are losing. Yeah, that's again perspective, right? We'll take it. The Yankees are losing. The Orioles are losing. So I'll take that. And hopefully, let's see. Yeah, they have some work to do. I didn't think it was. I mean, did we honestly? I didn't think that Torres would be this bad. I didn't think that Rizzo would get this injury or DJ would have that injury. Like there was a lot of things that happened that we didn't think were going to happen, and they just did. So they got to deal with it. Now tomorrow's pitching matchup is and tomorrow they play at 7:15 p.m. It's going to be Charlie Morton versus Marcus Stroman. Charlie Morton gives us fits too, so it won't be any easier tomorrow. But Stroman will bring energy, so I'll take that. Yeah, but I mean, you have a good point. You make a good point. Dominguez's injury shows how we might need Verdugo back next year. Yeah, they also have Oscar Gonzalez here too that they can call up if they need another infielder. I mean outfielder, excuse me. Oscar Gonzalez that they got on waivers, off waivers from the Cleveland Guardians. And you might be right, Caleb Ferguson might be the next guy to DFA. You might be right. So, yeah, I would have had. I think they need to play Wells more than Trevino, personally. I really do. And I proposed a Trevino trade video too, Eric. A lot of people thought I was crazy. Chicken Palm? What's up, Chicken Palm? Yeah. Well, we'll see if if Jack Neely dominates AAA, he's got to prove himself there, and maybe they'll call him up too. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I don't know if they'll send Gomez down tonight. I hope not, Ken. I freaking hope not. Consul Yeti, thank you, my man. Appreciate you. The Prime Minister, right there. The made man. That's my Tom Hagen. That's the Consul Yeti. The Consul Yeti. That's right. Don't forget it. There is a bullpen arm that's secretly moving up called Cam Schlittler. Moved up from single A all the way to AAA since last August. Let me look him up. Cam Schlittler. Yankees. Here we go. Northeastern University. He's in AAA now. He's 3-2 with a 2.32 ERA this year. 71 Ks and 54 innings pitched. Could be a righty strikeout arm too. Thank you for bringing that. It's always nice to share other names. It's always nice to share other names. So I agree, Talbot. I think the bullpen's going to look different after the deadline. I do think they're probably going to make at least one significant move, but probably in the bullpen, and maybe even in the infield too. 47 likes. Let's try to get anybody hasn't hit that thumb button, that thumbs up and that like button. Please do. Let's try to crack through 100 as quickly as we can. This is the king of Texas. Thank you, sir. The king of Texas. Crown everything. King of Texas, right there. You guys are the best. Really, the best. I appreciate you very much. Um, the Mets did they pound Imanaga? Yeah, yeah. The Mets have kind of like been turning it on a little bit too recently. Yeah, I don't know about that Wolf. I don't want to say Trevino. I mean, he had a good week, but when Wells plays, he hits more. But I think Wells is going to be a more long term piece here. Trevino's a guy that I would, if you can get a good infielder from the Cardinals. The Cardinals need a catcher. I mean, Wilson Contreras broke his arm. Remember J.D. Martinez backswing hit him right in the forearm. So that's they need a catcher. They'd be a good team to trade with. Yeah. Same here, Chicken Parm. And Spencer Jones' bat's coming around again too. I mean, I would just like Jack Neely. I would bring him up. What's good, Michael Ryan? I would bring him up to AAA, give him a chance to adapt before moving him up to the major. Spencer Jones. Gerald, I pass on Pete. Honestly, I pass on Pete Alonso. He's going to cost 200. Anything that's going to make it harder to sign Juan Soto, I'm not for. So 9-3 Houston's up on the Orioles, even better. 55 likes. All right. 55 likes. 70 likes. All right. Keep it coming, gang. Let's crack 100. Ken, thank you for the super chat, my friend. The sun will come up tomorrow. You're damn right it will. Got that right. That's an undeniable fact right there. Yep. Yep. Mike, who do I trust after Cole right now? Well, right now, Nestor Cortez looks like he can, at the very least at home. And I don't really, Carlos Rodon's 9-3 now. So he's a hell of a lot better than he was last year. No, I would agree, Tim, and I have a feeling too that the Yankees might make a big trade for a starting pitcher. They might make a big trade for a reliever. They may even make a trade for an infielder. I could see them making significant moves. If they want to go for it this year, they want to win the World Series, they have to make these moves. They have to make these moves. So that's got to be that way. But I do think they'll get out of this too. But if they want to beat the teams like the Braves and the Orioles and the Phillies, they're going to have to make some moves. Now it's 12-3 over the Orioles. Yeah, keep pounding the Orioles. Keep pounding them, Houston. Let's go. Any chance the Yankees make a blockbuster deal? I don't think so, Chicken Parm. They don't need Bellinger. Yeah, they don't need him. Boston won the World Series of the young team. Yeah, they did. 12 straight. Yeah. Keep pounding those freaking those Orioles, man. Good. Yeah. They made a remark that the Yankees that good, or is the major leagues that bad? Of course they will. Of course they always got to do that type of stuff. Yeah, I don't buy that type of. That's just almost like propaganda, food for thought. I wouldn't worry about it, Chet. I wouldn't spend your time, any energy thinking about that. So, Will Warren too is another guy they can get up here at some point too. Now that the deadline passed, they get an extra year service time out of him. So, if they trade Trevino, who would be well, but that's when you call up Augustin Ramirez, who was tearing the cover off the ball in AAA or in AA. Now it's 14-3. The Orioles are down for yeah. You see, the Orioles are losing just the way that they beat the Yankees yesterday. Now the Orioles are getting that same thing. So when do I think Spencer? If he proves himself for a short period of time in AAA, then I think he's ready to come up. Mm-hmm. But or Narvaez too, Cross Narvaez. Yeah, one of those guys. They've got catching depth up here that could be platooning with Wells, which is why I would make Trevino expendable. If you can get the right piece back for him, I would make him expendable. Um, yep. They have to. Yeah, well, you got that right, Alex. They have to make some changes to the infield. There's no doubt about that. And I agree too, Rob. You're right about that. I don't think outfield's the problem either. Yeah, we will see. Never ever come to this sense. Whatever you say, Brandon. 9 runs in the sixth. Yeah, man. Paul Goldschmidt's another one's gonna be expensive, so I don't know if it'd be worth it. And he's also aging. If they're gonna trade for somebody first base, it's gotta be younger. It's gotta be younger. Yeah, Chad. I mean, bring up the rookie catcher. Let's get some youth in the catching position. Wells is becoming a little bit more seasoned, and yeah, I mean Trevino's a good defender, but you know we can move on with the depth that we have. So, and Renjifo's not going to solve all the problems either. Number one, yeah, decent contact guy, sure, but he's not. We need more than Renjifo. You get Renjifo, and unless you say you get a Brendan Donovan and a Nolan Gorman for the infield too, then now we can talk like a little bit different. A little bit different. You know. Yeah, no kidding. Exactly, Ken. Net 9-run improvement. This is true. This is true. Yeah, exactly, Cooper. That's one reason why I'm not really. He is 35. Like I think, you know, and you're right about that too, Buckeye. Took way too many for yeah. Took way too many first and second pitches. Yes, 100%. They're either swinging at crap or they're just letting the balls go right by them. Yeah, it's just they've got to get a little bit more disciplined at the plate. I mean, I think Judge and Soto both struck out 3 times tonight. So Mark Teixeira, exactly, Lorenzo. Uh, yeah, I think we are having a great year. So 24 games over 500. That's a freaking great year. This slump was bound to happen, and it also shows that we do need to get some pieces in if we want to continue, our running ways. Kevin, thank you so much for the super chat too. I appreciate you. Well, it's a good point too, Javier. Way too many. This is not like yesterday. You got that right. But now the Orioles are getting beat the way that they beat the Yankees, so I'll take that. Yeah. Well, Oswaldo Cabrera has also come back down to earth after a hot start. So, I would not hesitate to package him in a trade if I can get a Nolan Gorman or a Brendan Donovan or a Ryan McMahon. I would not hesitate to trade Oswaldo Cabrera. Wouldn't do it because those guys I think, are upgrades from him. So, but well, yeah, I mean Wells Rice, but I don't think they would. I think Rice could be. I mean, you got like I said. I mean, you got Narvaez, you got Augustin Ramirez, so Rice would be probably a decent option for first base. And then if you have another one of those bats behind the plate, that's just a much superior bat than Trevino, then maybe we have a little bit more to work with here offensively. So I don't know about that, Bryce. 24 games over 500 is not really overrated. No. Yeah, Well, I think he's one of the names, Chet. Brendan Donovan's one of the names. I think we need a couple names, honestly. Marcel, thank you for the super chat too. Chisholm would be a good fit. I think he would bring excitement to second base. Um, and yeah, I mean, he would bring some charisma and some energy, and he would definitely bring a different dynamic than Gleyber Torres would. And I would keep him at second and keep him out of the outfield, but that's just me. So, but I mentioned Jazz Chisholm before too, Marcel. He would be exciting over here. The guy's like made for Hollywood, made for New York. You know what I mean? So he's got that charisma. Honestly, yeah. Well, yeah, I heard that. Yeah, it's hard. It was hard getting him into a good role here. Definitely had some struggles with strike throwing and punching guys away. Yeah, I saw that too. Yanks for life. He's not going to trash his players, so he's not going to do that. Joe, yeah, Renjifo's decent, but he's not the only answer. They need more than him. He's not going to solve it all. I mean, a package deal with Jet. Like there are teams where you can make multi trades. Like Colorado, I would go for try to get Ryan McMahon and Elias Diaz, the catcher. St. Louis, I would try to get like a Brendan Donovan or Nolan Gorman and Ryan Helsley from the bullpen, right? The Marlins, like that, like any opportunity to get a multiple player trade would probably be a welcome addition here. Marlins, the Cardinals, the Rockies, they represent three teams right there, all in the National League where the Yankees could possibly try to facilitate a multiplayer trade. You know, but we'll see. I disagree with that, Sunil. Duped into thinking they were legit. They were being duped by some other channels saying that they're collapsing and overrated and blah blah blah. They're 24 games over 500. So this is not the same team as last year. And yes, they are slumping. They are slumping and they are 24 games over 500. That does matter. And the Orioles are getting their asses kicked right now too. No. Gleyber to my I don't think the Miami Marlins would take Gleyber Torres. They weren't willing to pay Luis Arias salary. I don't think they're going to pay Torres a salary. I think Gleyber Torres could be traded for maybe prospects for another team that they could flip to the Marlins for Chisholm, or maybe they can get international money for Gleyber Torres or something like that. You know? Yeah, I mean Soto's going to slump too, Joe. He's going to slump too. He's got to get through it as well. And this is the problem sometimes with the Yankees. Like, what? Like you'd have a bunch of guys hot, and then you'd have a bunch of guys cold at the same time. And that sucks. But we also need We also need John Birdie to come back too, because I think he would bring that something that we don't have right now, that versatility in the infield. Jemai Jones, even though he's one of the one of the only few hits tonight, we need more than that. John Birdie we're missing here. I think we're missing him. So yeah. Well, Abreu's a free agent now, Ryan. Um, Abreu's they released him and they're eating $30 million, Ryan. What's up, Ryan? What's happening, buddy? Um, Presley, yeah. I'm personally I'm a hard pass on Bregman, but just because the Astros cheating connection. But Presley is someone worth considering. And Abreu could be he could be a cheap change of scenery guy. Even though he's older, he might be declining, but you never know. You can get a little bit out of him, and you would be on the cheap. Now, Brian Abreu, okay, different story. Okay, I thought you were talking about Jose. My apologies. 8 an hour. We need 11 likes to get to 100, gang. Hit that like button, gang. Brian Abreu, okay. The Yankees are trying to get lefty bullpen help from the minors in AAA. I don't know. And Clemens is in the house. Let me pull up Brian Abreu because I'm curious. Brian Abreu. Oops. Of course I spelt it wrong. Brian Abreu, Astros. 27-year-old reliever. Right? Let's see. 2-1, 2-6. Oh, sorry, 1-1 with a 2.65 ERA, 53 Ks and 37 innings pitched. I like that, Ryan. I like that, man. That's well done. And he's a career 2.60 ERA, so he's in line with kind of his career stats. And he has got 293 Ks and 207. He averages a lot more than his 1K per inning, so that's pretty good. Pretty damn good. Yep. Well done, Ryan. And he's got 3 years of control left. That's yes. Need guys like that. Tanner Scott, he could be a guy. I mean, you could try to get him and Jazz Chisholm. That'd be a fun package trade. Or him and AJ Puck, or him and Andrew Nardi get 2 bullpen arms. Right? So, and Rob, yeah, I wouldn't be. Don't be surprised, like if he'll go sit a bullpen. If they add another starter, then maybe he'll go sit a bullpen. I'm a hard pass on Pete Alonso for him, but you never know. I don't think they would. I mean, the Met fans would burn the goddamn stadium down in Citi Field. They would burn the stadium down. You have to trade him to the Yankees. Oh my heavens! Yeah. Oh man. Well, I mean, they gave him that. They gave him those extra years, Clemenza, because they were able to get him on a lower salary. But I get it now. It's just it's looking ugly. It's looking ugly. So we'll see. He is coming off of missing almost the whole season, so we'll see what they're gonna do. I think they better add some contact hitting here. That guys that can put the ball in play, and a couple of relievers. And if I were them, I'd probably try to do it sooner than later, just so that this bleeding doesn't turn into a gushing blood fest, right? So yeah, the Mets. Yeah, I know. Oh God, yeah. But the Mets. Well, next week is going to be Cole versus Severino. So get ready for that one, Joe. Get ready for that one. Shout out to my man Jonathan for that intel too. But I will wrap this up. I'm gonna go. I got a friend who's running in the Olympic trials, 10,000 meters, and trying to make the U.S. team. So I'm gonna go check that out. But I want to thank you all for coming on, guys and gals. Let's shake it off. Tomorrow's another day. Let's hopefully come back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll win tomorrow. We need our Yankees to win. We really, really, really do. So now he's not pitching against the Yankees. That's what I heard he was. But we'll see. Unless that changed. But yes. But again, shit show tonight, Yankees. Yes. Do they need to get better? Yes. Do they need to make moves? Yes. And I'm looking forward to talking to all of you about it. Thank you so much for coming on, gang. Peace and love to all of yous. Love yous all for the super chats, everything. Hit the like on the way out. Hit the sub button on the way out if you haven't done that yet as well. So we got a lot coming. So get ready, gang. Buckle up. It's time to rock and roll. Peace.